What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, this is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 2, New Peach in the Orchard. Okay, so we get into it and we see Kenya. She's outside cleaning up, doing what she got to do, leaf blowing and everything. And Cynthia comes over, got some wine for, it's hot as hell. Everybody's sweating, so I don't even mind it. It's Atlanta, it's the summertime. They said it was 93 degrees. Baby, girl, Ash should be in the AC. Ain't nobody finna be outside. But anyway, unless I'm finna be in somebody's pool. But neither here nor there. So Cynthia come over, and next thing you know, Kenya is talking about how she's gonna have LaToya come over. This episode, we get introduced to the new girls, okay? What y'all felt about the taglines? Pause. What y'all felt about the taglines? I don't know. They gonna have to grow on me. Um, yeah, they gonna have to grow on me. Okay. But anyway, so LaToya comes over, and if you guys don't know LaToya, like I really didn't know of her. She comes from YouTube. I think her YouTube name was LaToya Forever or something like that. And Cynthia was a little concerned, like, so you really just letting somebody that you really just met come over to your house, and because you're not really that welcoming to new people and stuff. And of course they had to go through the montage or whatever. But LaToya is a friend of Kandi's. Kandi said, she's the type of person that you got to take a little bit here, a little bit there. She could be a lot. She could be a handful. She's Trinidadian, and Kenya's man is Trinidadian. And I was like, oh, okay. See, I did not know Mark. Now, see, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know why it makes a lot of sense, but it makes a lot of sense that he is the islands, okay? West Indies. Am I saying it right? The Caribbean. All right, I don't want to offend nobody. I really don't. And so, LaToya comes over. They start talking. They were just chatting it up, talking about their sweat glands and how her husband like her when she's sweaty and all this stuff. And girl, okay, all right, but then we get into the fact that, she's going through a separation. Her and Kenya are going through similar things. She's Trinidadian. Kenya's with a Trinidadian man. He's going through his bouts of angers and his fits and stuff like that. And, dispelling some of the rumors or whatever, I guess stereotypes that they have about Trinidadian men about them being horny all the time or cheaters and stuff like that. And Mark being pissed off about what's going on, and Kenya has to decide whether or not she want to go ahead forward with this custody action or the divorce. And at this point, just go ahead and get the divorce and go ahead and do the custody, okay? That's what it is. I don't know how he's going to feel, getting papers or whatever served for the divorce while he's out there in New York. Oh, who gives a shit? He been putting you through hell, so go ahead and give him the divorce. Girl, fuck his feelings at this point. He don't care about yours, so why should you care about his? Then, we talked about LaToya. She's going through a separation. She said her and her husband are still living in the same house together, right? They're living in the same house together. He have sent her papers while they was in the house together, okay? And I think she said something about she wanted to file for divorce. I said, girl, go ahead and do it, bitch. Well, go ahead and do it. So that's basically what they was talking about. And Kenya was sweaty, bitch, underneath her titty and everything. I said, "Ooh, girl, it's hot outside, bitch." But whatever. That was just a little scene to get an introduction to one of the new characters that is on this show. Then we get into Porsha and her arrest and what the aftermath is. And, we got her mother and Lauren at home with baby PJ. And, of course, baby PJ is missing her mom. And, of course, Porsha FaceTime. She's about to get on the flight to come home. She just got out of jail. She's saying her experience and meeting Breonna Taylor's mother. And, they're coming together over that. So that's what was going on with Porsha so far. Then we get introduced to Drew Sidora, who is actually a peach holder, one of the new peach holders on the show. Okay, let me tell you something. Drew Sidora, some of y'all probably never heard of her, probably until like the TLC movie. You go all the way back. Some of y'all seen her on The Game, when she fucked around with Dortmund. Okay, but let me tell you something. I don't know where I first seen. I think I first seen Drew Sidora up in the Trey Songz video. This is the last time. I think that's was the one. Let me tell you something. I had a little crush on Drew Sidora. I'm not gonna lie, and she was she's Chicago too. I had a little crush. I had a little crush. Okay, it was a moment. It was a moment. So I can admit that. You know, she's a pretty girl. And then her big thing, the biggest thing that we've seen her lately in was the TLC movie. And I was like, oh, okay. And we haven't really seen her in anything much since. She meets up with Cynthia. Cynthia met her through Eva a while ago, and so they've been cool ever since. She had been on a stage play with Leon, and she ruptured her, I think her Achilles tendon or something like that, because her leg was in a boot. But she comes from LA, and this is all the lowdown that we get. And she comes from LA. She's coming out here to Atlanta. She's been out here for the past year or so, trying to get situated, trying to get, gigs and stuff like that, seeing how the pace is from Atlanta. I mean, from being in LA acting to being down here in Atlanta, or I should say down there in Atlanta, and doing her thing. And that's basically what the conversation was talking about between Cynthia and Drew, just giving us a little feel. When Cynthia asked, so can you, she was like, girl, I mean, the way that she paused and stopped, like, I said, please don't be on the shady tip. Not off the bat. Not off the bat, girl. What Kenya done did now? But no, she just said, no, I don't know the girl. I mean, I've heard of her. Everybody's heard of Kenya, but, she hasn't worked with her or anything. She was like, we probably like in a different age bracket. It was like, she could be like, play your mom or something like that. I said, no, don't say that. Drew cleared that whole shit up. She said, no, she could play like a big sister. That's what she could do. Or a friend. That's what it was. I said, I know that's right. Because we don't want to start off all shady yet. Because that was a little shady. I said, Cynthia, what's going on, girlfriend? Okay. But it was cute. They was just getting her little intro scene to us, and telling us about her husband, and how he's an entrepreneur. It goes back 8 hours, and we see her family life with her 3 kids. I think she has two with her husband. They've been together for 6.5 years. They met on the press junket for the TLC movie. She said they first met. 3 months later, they had their first date, and then 6 months after that, they went. 3 months they had their first date. 6 months they was engaged or married. One of those. Okay, I was like, damn, y'all be moving fast out here. I don't move like that. I guess when you know, you know. Okay, it takes me a while to get to know people, and to get real comfortable with them. And it's their anniversary, actually their 6 year anniversary or something like that. And her mom was there, who is a pastor. Baby, mama came up there with the flowers and stuff and said, I understand that y'all got y'all anniversary stuff that's going on or whatever that's happening. That's cute or whatever. So, I'm going to give y'all Saturday, and I'm going to watch the kids for y'all on Saturday and Friday or whatever. But what y'all doing on Sunday? Because I want y'all to come to praise and worship. I said, girl, as soon as I seen Pastor, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. She said, Mama came up here to help me because I hurt myself. Her little injury that she had, and then COVID hit. So now she's stuck with her. Okay. She said, girl, it's been times where she done came in while we trying to get it in. Ralph ass all up in the air in mid pump. And she just like, oh, so that's what y'all doing? I'm gonna back out after you just stood there for a minute and looked at that round. Okay, girlfriend, it's been a minute for mama, So, hey, she said, I'll let y'all do what y'all do, okay? Because, he was trying to get up out of it, saying we usually do the whole anniversary thing, like the whole weekend. And she was like, God, seeing you 6 years already. So, what's one more day? What's one more day? So, of course, she got her way. And that's our little introduction to Drew Joy. Hopefully, I really, really hope that I like Drew on here. I do not want, and this is the problem that I have sometimes when it comes to people that I've known and probably liked in the past or whatever, and then they get on these reality shows and they are completely different, and they change my opinion of them, and I just hate it. I don't want that to happen with Drew. Okay, I don't. It happened with Kenya, but I'm slowly giving Kenya, as y'all can see, I'm not going so hard on Kenya because first of all, Kenya right now is not annoying me, and you know, we working. So then we get Kandi. Kandi is getting ready to go to Riley's graduation, and she's going to pick up Mama Joyce. She was like, "Mama, don't forget your mask." She was like, "Yeah, cause that covert." You know how old people, cause that covert 19. But anyway, so they in the car, and I was like, "Y'all ain't gonna wear your mask in the car with the driver?" Ugh, like y'all know, I get in Uber and Lyft still. And if the driver ain't got a mask on while I'm sitting there with my mask on, I will cancel that bitch in a minute. Tell them, please put your mask all the way on, okay? I don't play no games, all right? But, you know, they want to do what they going to do. Okay, that's Atlanta for you. That is Georgia for you. Georgia ain't got no fear, all right? But anyway, they were just saying how they just didn't realize that, or at least Kandi didn't realize how this graduation was going to be, given that the state of the world didn't think that this was going to happen, and then comparing her graduation to Riley graduation, because with Riley, she can only have two people come. And the same thing was somewhat similar with Kandi's graduation. She can only have a few amount of people come that did not come. And she had to hurry up and get to her graduation and hurry up and leave because they had a show that night, a show, and they was in the process, I think, on tour or whatever. And of course, the girls was mad that she went to the graduation. Mama Joyce was mad at the girls and stuff like that, But Kandi went through her little mommy feelings about her firstborn, and it's very understandable when the kids are about to leave the nest, and then she has to go through it all over again with Ace and baby Blaze, but that's her first baby, okay? And Riley was her first baby for a while, and now she's grown and she's got her own personality and she's about to leave, and she's just not ready for her to leave the nest yet. So it's understandable. I get it. Meanwhile, we get Porsha. She's back home. Her mama cooking breakfast for little baby PJ. PJ, she throwing a little fit, little tantrum and all that. And basically talking about how the conditions were when she was out there protesting, how they were scared of certain things, and, being, if she, she got to come in and do what she said she's going to do. Now she got to get back on track because she also has other obligations. She got to work. She got to do mommy mode. She got to do all of this stuff. And she said, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to have to go on out there and be about it and do it. And then, evoking the spirit of her grandfather, his activism, and she's doing the same thing. And of course, her mother being proud of her for doing that. And mama being glad that even though she was out there doing what she was doing, she was somewhat protected because Dennis was there with her. That kind of eased her mind a little bit because she was a little scared, especially when she got arrested. And so at this point, she started talking about Dennis and their relationship. Girl, y'all ain't got no relationship. If you gotta, like, she like, it comes to a point where I forget that we even engaged to get married. Like, we supposed to get married. Like, we supposed to sit down and have a conversation on what we need to do and how we need to talk, and, this little stuff. Little arguments turns into big arguments and stuff like that. I'm just like, I kind of tuned out when Porsha was talking about her and Dennis because we already know how that shit gonna end. It ain't. All right. They're disconnected at this point, and that's what it all comes down to. So Cynthia is about to have a little get together at her house at Lake Bailey. We got her getting ready. We got Kenya and LaToya coming up there. LaToya in his running joke of thinking that it's a river in Cynthia's house or whatever instead of a lake. Okay, that's whatever. I'm gonna be quite honest. Right about now, I'm on the fence with LaToya because this how she was on YouTube. I never watched her. I always heard of her. I never watched her. But baby, I'm not getting a good first impression right about now. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch the rest of the episode to see what's up. But right about now, it's just not really clicking with me. Okay, something is a little off. All right. She's all up Kenya's ass. I don't understand it. Meaning, I don't understand how they got so close like that. That's what I don't understand. And I'm saying that because when Drew came in, the reaction was totally opposite from LaToya. So I want to know, I wish I would have saw the interaction like when Kenya and LaToya first met each other, and if they really click like that. You know, sometimes with people, you instantly click with them. Sometimes you don't. You take a minute to warm up to them, but you don't have to be rude to them and talk mess about them or whatever. When they get to Cynthia's house and they talking about the food, and LaToya makes a shady remark talking about the meatball was cold, and Cynthia side eyeing the bitch like, hold up, okay, you can calm down. We ain't on that level yet for you to be doing all of that, okay. Um, Marlo, oh my goodness, excuse me, Marlo coming over there, girl. Marlo came in and they said, Marlo, you go over there and sit back Kenya. And then Kenya in that confessional said, Marlo kind of fell off. Like, that bitch fell off into a goddamn net into the damn river or some shit. Because, like, I don't even think that she was ever on. But the bitch really just fell the fuck off, okay? I said, what in the world is going on? Now, I'm thinking that they cool or whatever, but they still shading each other, okay? And this was going on throughout the whole thing. Next thing you know, they talking about sugar daddies and stuff like that, because they get into talking about Kandi and Riley, Riley's little graduation, and Riley about to go to NYU. And then we go over to Kandi and, her being proud of Riley, looking at her diploma, giving her flowers, Ty giving her money, everybody being happy, whatever. And then we go back to Cynthia, and LaToya asked, so what was Riley's first car? And I'm sitting here like, what does that matter? But okay, they was like a Porsche, and she said, my sugar daddy got me my first car or something like that. And they was like, what? Your sugar daddy? Here go Marlo. What's a sugar daddy? Shit, I need a sugar daddy myself, because I ain't never had one. Me, King, and everybody else was like, what? What are you talking about? Because that's all that you've been saying. You had the old man that get you stuff or whatever. Marlo was sending her ass up that line, okay? And then they had to look up the definition of sugar daddy. She was like, no, that was a man that I was with. And because he was an older white gentleman, everybody was saying that he was my sugar daddy. So I just went along with it. Girl, shut up, Marlo, okay? Stop it. Stop it, And then we find out that LaToya, she actually used to be a stripper, and that's where she met her sugar daddy, at the strip club. And I was like, okay, I guess. And her and Kenya, they was over there. They had this weird pulling on each other. You want to do this? You want to do that? And I'm sitting here like a little confused. I was just like Mike when he came up the steps and he was like, what the hell? And it was just a little weird, but all right, they feeling each other. Like Marlo said, who is this Kenya? I don't even know. Okay. Like, the vibe is just weird. It really is. And then when Drew gets there, her husband is with her too, because Mike is friends with him. Him and Mike hit it off, and Cynthia is glad that they hit it off, because Mike, he finally got a friend. He don't have too many friends out there in Atlanta like that, because he's from LA. So she's glad about that, and the boys gonna go with the boys. And you see LaToya and Kenya, having these snide remarks about who she is, and who is that, and who is Drew, and why is her husband here, she needs to go, and all this stuff, or he needs to go, I'm gonna tell her that she needs to go, and blah blah blah. And I'm just sitting here like, shut up. And then Kenya in the confessional like, girl, Cynthia coming home with all these strays, and I'm looking at Drew like, who is this? And I'm not impressed. Bitch, I'm not impressed with LaToya. Okay, I'm not impressed with you right about now. Okay, now Kenya, I just said I'm trying with you, but girl, you doing a lot, and it's not because I like Drew. It's just because I don't like when people judge people right off the back and you don't know absolutely nothing about them. You didn't even get to know their story. And what rubbed me raw is when Drew sat down, and I think it was LaToya that said she had a pet or something on her head. And then when she was trying to explain, because she was asked what happened to her foot, she was trying to explain that she ruptured her Achilles. In the midst of trying to explain that, here comes LaToya saying, well, enough about that. I want that wine. Okay, I don't even want to hear nothing else about that. I want that wine. And I'm sitting here like, you's a rude bitch. I don't care if you probably drunk and deviated or trying to, that's the same thing, trying to make a scene or whatever. But, LaToya, you're doing a lot right about now, and I'm not liking it. Okay, I am definitely on the fence. Girl, you're giving me Wendy tease. Okay, and what I mean about that is I thought I would like Wendy, and I end up not. Okay, LaToya, you heading down that road, all right? And that's the wrong road, all right? And I'm just sitting here like, girl, first impressions is not really good right now with me. With me. Y'all may fuck with her right now, but at this point, I'm on the fence. I ain't saying I don't fuck with her. I ain't saying that I do, but I'm just, it ain't working right now. It's like, I may hop on this side and I may hop on that side. I don't know. Okay. Either way, you will feel it, bitch. And then all of a sudden she was like, well, Drew, let me tell you why. See, that's why I don't like you. And I said, wait a minute, did y'all have some meeting in the middle or whatever? Because, King was like, have we met before? She was like, nah, I don't think so. Maybe we had some acquaintances, like some active friends or whatever in common. And then Drew was like, LaToya was like, see, that's why I don't like you. And I was like, wait a minute, maybe it's about to be a joke that's finna come up or something. And she was just joking. And if she meant that shit for real, what Drew do to you, LaToya? Girl? So the girls are out there, and basically what wound up happening is, LaToya, you saved yourself because then, girl, we was on the same track, okay? Even I meant everything that I said, but what you came with, we on the same track with that. She said, girl, this is the reason why I don't like you. I don't like you because you broke up Melody and Dorian, okay? Because you was the bona fide side chick on the game. And I was like, you saved yourself because, girl, I was ready to go in on you. I really was, but I still meant that. I'm on the fence about Miss LaToya, okay? Because she giving a lot, but not enough. But she giving a lot. Too much. You know what I'm saying? If y'all get what I'm saying. But, yes, girl, I can give you a point for that because, Miss Drew for fucking Dora, bitch, broke their ass up. Man, school, oh, your ass a fucking ass whooping, bitch. But anyway, moving on from that, the girls go outside and they don't want to talk about the wedding. Well, Cynthia really don't want to talk too much about the wedding because the wedding keep on changing. Because Kenya brought it up. Kenya said she feels bad about, almost ruining her surprise engagement, but that's neither here nor there anymore. That's over with. And they was just having their conversation, and LaToya went back inside with Marlo. Marlo said to LaToya, don't tell that girl all your business talking about Kenya, right? Don't tell that girl all your business, okay? Don't get no advice from her. I mean, if you want some advice, if she tell you how to pronunciate words and stuff like that, you can take that. But don't get no relationships advice or anything from her because the bitch can't keep no man even if Jesus paid her to. I said, what the fuck? Why y'all like this? The bitch can't keep a man even if Jesus paid her to. I said, Jesus Christ, okay? Jesus is looking like, now why am I in this, okay? Now why am I in this? Girl, it was a mess, okay? So they go back out. We get this little scene with Mike and Ralph talking and talking about the pressures that they've been going through with quarantine and, especially Ralph with the dynamics that's going on in his household because his mother-in-law is there and, the dynamics between him and Drew and how sometimes, he just needs to, plus with the kids in there, he just needs to break away and go off by himself to cool down or whatever. So he'll go away for days at a time. And I'm like, do you tell your wife this or whatever? Because it don't sound like it. Girl, I got my answer when Drew was sitting there and was talking about her relationship with her man, saying that, sometimes he'd just go off like last week. He went off for 3 days and then tell me we got into it because we always getting into it, talking about something. We going to get divorced. I'm going to give you the lawyer and all this stuff, but we really don't. We cool off for a minute, then we come back. And when we come back, it's really genuine. You can tell that we really genuinely love each other and we miss each other and we're sorry for what's going on. But that bitch left for 3 days and didn't tell me nothing. Girl, we got upset. He went up in his office and then I go up in there. He ain't even there and didn't even call or whatever he was doing. I said, Drew, you a little too kind for me for that because, bitch, you gonna leave for 3 days and don't tell me where the fuck you going, bitch. You might as well stay out where the fuck you're at, okay? You're not coming back home. The locks will be changed. That's me, okay? Because, no. I think that's rude as shit. I don't care how fucked up your feelings is. Just like they were saying, communication is fucking key, bitch, okay? And then LaToya, LaToya talking about some she can do whatever she want because she's separated and she gonna get her man back regardless. Now earlier you said you might file for divorce. Now you saying you gonna still get your man back. And I was on Drew's side. If y'all separated, that's not a reason for you to go out and have sex or develop relationships and feelings for somebody else. Separation is the time for you to feel like to try to see if you're gonna come back together, reconcile, y'all can fix the stuff that's going on within yourselves and so that y'all can fix what's going on within the marriage and see if you really love this person. Not for you to go out there and have frolicking and fun and all that stuff. Like Drew said, if you want to go fuck somebody else, go ahead and just get divorced. Girl, Miss LaToya ain't LaToya is kind of like taking up Porsha slack from when Porsha was a little. Is that what I'm getting? Am I getting that same tease? And at one point, Cynthia and Kenya went back up in the kitchen, and they was talking, and of course, talking about each other's Drew's relationship and how that's gonna be. And then even Kenya said, "I don't think Drew and LaToya gonna get along much too longer." You can kind of tell that that's gonna happen, that they gonna butt heads, all right? And I think LaToya probably gonna butt heads with a lot of other people too, but she definitely gonna butt heads with Drew. You can tell that already. And Kenya talking about her divorce or whatever. She said she's gonna file the custody action, and if she do decide to file the divorce or whatever, she's not just gonna pop up on him or let a server pop up on Mark. She's gonna let him know and all this stuff. Ooh, ooh. Girl, don't nobody care. I don't know why this episode was an hour and 15 minutes, but that's why the review was long. But girl, let's just get to the main course of the ending of this episode. Drew and her man, okay? They celebrating their anniversary, got a chef there. Mind you, I'm going to put this out here. We are in the middle of a pandemic and quarantine during this time, okay? And Ralph let us know that too when he was up there talking to Mike, okay? Just in case anybody forgot that. I'm bringing that up for a reason, okay? Because Ralph, you're full of shit, okay? I don't know if Drew and Ralph is on here for real, or they on here acting and this storyline is fake. But I don't know who will be cool with with their spouse getting up and just leaving for 3 fucking days and not saying nothing. Just up and leaving for 3 days and not saying nothing to them about it. Ralph, if Drew would have did that shit and then you found out that she went to another state, automatically what you would have thought, she would have been holed up with a nigga, okay? She probably would have been all type of hoes, all type of bitches, all type of sluts, all type of whatever in the book, okay? Because that's how niggas' minds work. They automatically go to, oh, you fucking around on me. Bitch, who the fuck was you fucking, okay? Because that's where my mind finna go with your ass. You sitting down there talking about some, let's tell us, since we on this 6-year anniversary, we're about to be on 7, what's working and what's not working in this relationship. And so she was like, do you think it's okay for you to just get up and leave and not tell me or anybody what's going on? Plus we get into this argument and all this stuff and my mama here and all this shit, okay? Do you think that's cool? She had to literally pry out of him, where were you? Where did you go for 3 days? Where were you? I don't need to tell you that because that's not going to help the situation. That's not going to help the situation. Let me tell you something. Because you don't know the stress and stuff that's a black man and how we do things. I come from a family where I'm the first generation that'll do this and do... Bitch, that ain't got shit to do with this. Okay? We don't care about your poverty level. We don't care if you had cereal to eat when you was a kid or whatever. We don't care if your mama beat your ass or whatever. The question at hand was, where the fuck were you for 3 fucking days? That's what the question was, okay? And you tiptoeing around the situation talking about something, you went to a beach. And she was like, so I'm sitting here like, oh, so you went to a beach for 3 days? You was sleeping on the beach for 3 days? What the fuck is going on? Okay, I said, what beach was you sleeping at for 3 days? Okay, and then she still trying to get it out of him, and he finally says that he went out of state and he was in Tampa. I said, bitch, you went from one hot zone to another fucking hot zone. You went from goddamn Georgia to fucking Florida. I said, in the middle of a fucking pandemic, that bitch, what the fuck were you doing? And I hope you was being safe because, you literally did not care because you could have came home with something. Okay, you could have, you're fortunate. You're fortunate that you didn't bring home anything, regardless of whatever it is that you was doing. But you could have brought that virus back to your whole family because you left for 3 days. Okay, you weren't thinking about that, and then you getting pissed off because she's asking where were you at, and you giving all these stupid ass excuses, and you're not trying to say, you're gaslighting the hell out of her. Because I guaranteed you, if it would have been her that did some shit like that, you wouldn't have been talking to her. Oh, it's over, we're done, you don't do nothing like that. Who the nigga that you fucking, bitch? Who the bitch is you fucking? Okay, because you went all the way down to Tampa. Bitch. Okay, you went to this technology stuff, and then Drew telling us that he got cameras all around the house. Bitch, you not finna be watching me in my own house like I'm on some sneak tip. Bitch, like you trying to catch me in some stuff, and then got a picture of me in your phone that you done took off the camera. And then let me tell you something though, okay, because it touched the nerve. When Drew was trying to confront Ralph about that picture, bitch, that he took off the camera, he was like, what picture? What picture? And he gave her the phone, what picture? What picture? Ain't no picture up in my phone because you deleted that. Somebody did that shit to me and said that I tweeted something. Listen. And I pulled that same fucking card, deleted that whole shit before they could even confront me with it, but they had already seen the shit. And I said, bitch, what fucking tweet? What fucking tweet are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Bitch, lied like a motherfucker, okay? Lied like a motherfucker. They knew I was lying, all right? They knew I was lying. And, you know, girl, that's probably why I'm in the predicament that I'm in. Girl, relationships be crazy. But girl, I was sitting here like, Ralph, you're full of shit. And then Drew said, you can tell me that you don't have no picture right here, I'm gonna get up and leave. He said, what fucking picture? Drew got up and went up in that room and started crying. I said, bitch, ever never. He would have to get his ass out and go get your ass tested. Because, bitch, where the fuck were you for 3 damn days and you couldn't tell your wife? You couldn't tell, it's not conducive to the relationship. Bitch, it is conducive, bitch, because I want to know what the fuck you was doing. Okay? If you wasn't doing nothing that was suspicious, why you just didn't say nothing? I don't care if the phone was on and I could reach you or whatever. You still didn't tell me where the fuck you was going. Something could have happened, and then it would have took you a minute to get back to see what was happening. Because you all the way down in Florida, okay? To have big fun. Girl, if y'all know where that came from, you all right with me. But anyway, favorite episode. Girl, anyway, that was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know, like I said, why it was so long, but y'all getting what y'all getting, and I will see you guys later. Time for the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, and I will see y'all over there soon. Peace.